Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we're going to be testing the RX 9070 XT Power Color HellHound edition of the card. I'm going to be playing Cyberpunk 2077. I'm going to be pairing it with the Ryzen 9000X3D. I'm going to be using 32GB of DDR5. Here's how the GPU looks inside of the ASUS operating case. Alright guys, let's get into the video. Right guys, so we're starting out with 4K. We do have FSR on quality and we do have FSR4 on. And we do have everything on basically ultra, everything's on max. We don't have ray tracing on, so ray tracing is off for now. And we don't have any frame generation on either. Yeah, these are the settings. I know one of these settings you guys told me not to use, so this one to like put it on high or something, just because it makes the FPS way better. But just for the sake of the video to have everything on max, I will keep it on basically on max settings. And we're getting like 85, 80 FPS, something like that. It does jump around a lot, as you guys can see on the frame graph over there. It does seem to be jumping quite a bit. So it is a bit laggy. I do recommend frame generation with this game, guys, just because it does have these little stutters and stuff. It is a really hard game to run. As you guys can see, with the 9070 XT is struggling quite a bit. Like, we are getting only 80 FPS, which is not amazing considering, you know, we're not even in the Dogtown area, and the Dogtown area is so much worse. So much worse, so we are dropping all the way down to 60s. We're using around 9GB of VRAM as well. And we're pulling 320 watts. Of course, you can undervolt this GPU and pull 220, something like that. You will lose some performance, but it won't be much, probably around 2 or 3 FPS. I've done a video on that if you guys want to check it out. Also, I'm so not used to this because I've not done a video like this in like a month and a half or something like that. So it feels really weird to, you know, to be doing this video right now. But honestly, the game looks so insane with FSR4. It looks really good, honestly. It really does. I think we're going to run around for a little bit. Not for too long. I do want to keep changing the settings because I'm going to check quite a lot of settings. So I don't want to, you know, don't want to be here 30 minutes on one setting. It does look pretty decent, honestly. And you are getting a little bit like more FPS, I would say, when you're walking. When you're driving about, you do lose quite a little bit of FPS because everything needs to, you know, be rendered a bit faster and stuff. But when you're walking it, you know, it's a lot better. So, right, guys. So we're still in 4K. Still got FSR on quality. And I did put the settings to like medium and whatever the next thing was. So it's on high, ultra in here because it was on psycho. Yeah, basically one level down from before. And doesn't seem to change anything, to be fair. Like, we are getting 80 FPS now, so it's basically the same as it was before, I would say. Maybe a little bit higher, like I think it was like 75 or something like that. I don't know, it's hard to tell, but we're getting around the same FPS, maybe 5 FPS more if anything. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a big difference. I think you have to completely change that setting off that I said before, and I think that's what that will probably give you the most FPS, because I keep forgetting. I forgot to put that thing on before for the 1% lows. I'm just out of it a bit. Like I said, I've not done a video like this in a while, so completely forgot to turn it on. But you can see the graph anyway, just jumping up and down. So it is a little bit stuttery. I don't know why it's stuttery though. It shouldn't be that stuttery. I don't know why that's happening, but right, guys. So I've just checked this setting, this one, and yeah, the space reflection thing, the screen space reflection. Turn that off if you want to get the most FPS, because I've got, you know, ultra settings and everything, and we're in 4K. We are using, you know, FSR on quality, and look at the FPS we're getting. We're getting 120 now. And we're not stuttering that much anymore. Let me show you guys. So we're not stuttering anymore. We're over 100 FPS. So if you guys want to have a really, really smooth experience in this game, just turn that setting off. It is completely horrible. Like, and thank you guys for telling me in the comments below and giving me some advice with these settings, because I had no idea that this setting was, you know, hindering the performance so much. Like, look at the difference in FPS. We're getting like 40 FPS more. The 1% lows are, you know, the same FPS we were getting normally, you know, not the, like the normal FPS was like at 70. Now the 1% lows are like 76. So it's so much better with, you know, with that setting turned off. So I'm going to include this in the video just to show everyone, to help someone, you know, with the settings, because look how much smoother the game is. Like, it's so much smoother, guys. Honestly, it's just one setting that changes everything so much, and the game still looks really decent. So yeah, I would personally turn that off if you want to get the most FPS. And I think playing this game, I'm going to turn that off from now on, because it does seem to do a very big difference. So alright, guys, so we're still in 4K, and I do have still FSR on quality, and I did put frame generation on, and yeah, we have high settings, ultra settings, everything. Just that one setting that I turned off before, I'm going to turn it off for now, just because it's really not doing much, and you know, we're losing so much FPS. We're getting like 200 FPS now, so yeah, with frame generation, we're getting way more FPS. We're getting like, I think 70 FPS more than we were getting before without it, so it's a pretty nice bump, and the game feels so smooth now as well. Curious to see how, you know, ray tracing is going to look like with, like how much FPS we're going to lose with ray tracing on. I'm curious to see that, but it seems to be running really nice now, like no stuttering. You can see the little graph on the left side. Seems to be doing a pretty decent job now. Frame generation is definitely helping, and you know, with that one setting off as well, it seems to make the game like way more smoother now, so it's really nice to see. It does look really nice as well. Like, we're gonna go here, maybe have a little look. Oh, I forgot that. I think there was a mission. I don't think I can even, yeah, I can't drive in here for some reason, but I might actually go to the Dogtown area, guys, just to show you the game a little bit more, because that area is definitely the most beautiful area, but it is the most demanding area as well. So alright, guys, so we entered Dogtown. Let's have a little look what we're gonna get, kind of FPS we're gonna get. Wow, it does look quite nice though, I have to say. This area is just so beautiful. Sadly, you are gonna, you know, lose a little bit of FPS, but I think we lost about 30 FPS, 20 FPS, something like that. That's what you usually lose in this area, because it's just so intense, and the 0.1% lows went all the way down to 90. So oh, they went up now again, so okay, that's pretty good to see then. This area is so beautiful. I think I'm gonna go around and walk around for a little bit. Let me park up here in a second. Yeah, but it does look really nice. Let me know if you guys tried out FSR4 in this game, or what you think about it as well. I'm really curious to see what you guys think about this implementation into the game. Let me have a little wander around, see what's going on. Not really walked around this place for quite a long time. Oh, here we go, guys. We've got Cyberpunk in this. There he is, levitating guy here. Nice, lovely. You do have some bugs sometimes in this game, I have to say. Much as I love this game, it does have its, you know, issues. Oh, we got the zombies there as well. Lovely. Yeah, but it seems to be running really well, especially with frame generation. It smooths it out completely, you know, and that one setting off as well helps so much. It really does. I think when I jump down to, you know, ray tracing, we're going to see how ray tracing is going to run in this area. Right, guys, so we're in 4K, FSR4, and I did turn off frame generation, and also I did put... Hold up a minute. I did put ray tracing on, so we have ray tracing on. I had to restart the game for that. And yeah, ultra settings, and I did turn off that setting again. And we're getting like 38, 35 FPS, which is not amazing, I have to say. It's not really amazing, but ray tracing is really hard to run on this title. And I think it's doing a pretty decent job, considering, you know, we're not using any frame generation at the moment. But yeah, it's with path tracing. I had it on. I didn't realize I was getting like 20 FPS. So you lose another 15 FPS with path tracing. But yeah, it's not really playable. I wouldn't recommend playing like this. We are going to try out frame generation in a second just to see how it does. I think we're probably going to get around 65, 70 FPS, if that. But it is really hard to run with, you know, ray tracing. It's just so hard in this game. If you do want to play with, you know, ray tracing and stuff, I do recommend probably going with a 5070 Ti, because you do have that MFG, you know, ×4, and it just smooths out the game so much. And I think the frame generation on the NVIDIA cards is a little bit better, because you do get like more frames and it just feels more smoother with the, you know, MFG. So I do recommend MFG I mean, I do recommend NVIDIA cards with the MFG if you are planning to play with ray tracing. But if you're not planning ray tracing, I think these, you know, 9070 XT is just an amazing option. Honestly, it really is. And it costs way more as well, so way less as well. So, you know, the AMD option is pretty decent if, you know, you're not planning to play with ray tracing. It is better on this generation than it was in the other one, but I still have to say that I think it's better to get an NVIDIA card if you are planning to play with, you know, ray tracing, because MFG is just so much better than, you know, the normal frame duration on the AMD cards. Feels smoother as well, and the performance should be better on the NVIDIA cards, you know, with ray tracing overall. So just putting that out there. Right, I think I'm going to put some frame generation just because it's so laggy, guys. I don't think it's nice to watch for you. So, alright guys, so we're still in 4K, FSR quality. We do have frame generation on, and we do have ray tracing on as well. And we also have ultra settings and that one setting off as well, because that setting just eats so much FPS for no reason. And we're getting 65, 66 FPS. So like I mentioned before, I just guessed the FPS. I knew it was going to be somewhere around 65 FPS. So yeah, this is the FPS we're getting. It doesn't feel the best, I have to say, guys. It really does not feel the best. I would not recommend these settings just because you can really feel the delay when you move the mouse. You can really feel it just because it's on the, you know, like the base FPS is, you know, 30. So you're not going to really feel the smoothness. Like you need to get at least 60, 70. I would recommend even 80 FPS, you know, without frame generation to get like a really smooth experience, because now it just feels really delayed. It's not choppy at the moment, so we're not really getting really bad 1% lows, but it doesn't feel amazing. So yeah, it just doesn't feel great. Just really doesn't. It does look great though, I have to say, but it just doesn't feel amazing. So the MFG would come in handy from NVIDIA, but sadly you can't use it on these GPUs because it's just the NVIDIA thing. So hopefully, you know, next generation AMD cooks something up, you know, with the frame generation like ×3 or ×4, because this would definitely help these GPUs even more. I really like that on the NVIDIA cards that you get to use that, because this would be so much more playable if you got a little bit more frames. Sadly, we are only getting 60, so it just doesn't feel amazing. And look at the car, guys. It looks really odd when I'm driving. I don't know if you can see that. It just looks really odd. Yeah, it's just not the best. It does look amazing, but just doesn't feel great. What can I say? I think I'm gonna put some path tracing on, guys, just, you know, just to show you, but you know, it's not gonna be a amazing experience, definitely not. But okay, guys, so we're still in 4K. FSR quality, frame generation's on, and we've got path tracing on as well. So path tracing's on, and yeah, ultra settings. And let me show you guys. So we're getting like 43. Yeah, it's just unplayable. Absolutely unplayable. But I don't expect this card to do this. Like, I'm just showing you guys, you know, what it can really do. I'm not really expecting this card to be able to run these settings whatsoever. This is more like a 5090, 4090 setting that I would put on, but not anything with this GPU. Definitely not. It's just, it's really unplayable. But just wanted to show you guys, you know, what it can do, this card, really. Sadly, it's just really, really hard to run. You can definitely try maybe put some FSR on like performance and try it. But even then, I wouldn't recommend path tracing with this GPU whatsoever. It's just nice to see, but it's just so laggy. I'm probably not gonna, I'm not gonna do this for too long because I don't want you guys to get a headache from looking at this. It's really choppy at the moment. Look at this guy, flipping out. Look at him. Right, I think we're going to jump to 1440p, guys. We're going to have a look there. Right, guys, so we're finally in 1440p. We have FSR on quality, and we do have ultra settings. That one settings off, that eats so much FPS for no reason. So I got that turned off. We do have frame generation off, and ray tracing's off as well. And we're getting pretty decent FPS. So we're getting like 170 FPS. The 1% lows are not the best at the moment. But I don't really feel any lag, so I wouldn't really look at that too much, to be fair. Yeah, it feels really smooth, guys. This is where this card shines the most. Like 1440p you know, is the best for this GPU. You definitely can play a lot of 4K. I've done previous videos if you guys want to check them out, you know, comparing them to other GPUs, but 1440p is definitely where this card shines the most. It's getting really good FPS, so 170 FPS, guys. I'm in the Dogtown area, which is, you know, really intense. It's the most intense area in the game, so really doing a fantastic job. We're using 8.5 gigabytes of VRAM. It's just doing a really good job, guys, I have to say. Like, I don't know why the 0.1% lows are going all the way down when I'm not feeling any lag. Absolutely not feeling any lag, so. Curious to see path tracing in 1440p, because I think it does have a good chance to run. It really does. Especially with frame generation as well, so I'm curious to see that. It does look a bit shimmery for me, guys, as well, because I am using a 4K monitor, so 1440p, you know, it doesn't look that good for me. But definitely if you do have a 1440p, you know, native monitor, you're going to be completely fine and you're going to enjoy yourself. It doesn't look too bad for 1440p on my screen, but, you know, it doesn't look as good as 4K would look, so. I think I'm going to try maybe some ray tracing in a minute. Yeah, I'm going to try some ray tracing. I'm going to save the game. I'm going to restart the game and put some ray tracing on. Right, guys, so we have 1440p, FSR on quality, no frame generation, and we do have ray tracing on as well. Let me turn path tracing off. I don't know why it was on. When you put ray tracing on, it just puts path tracing on straight away, so I keep forgetting to turn that off. And ultra settings, so yeah, ultra settings, this one settings is off. And we're getting 100 FPS, guys, so we only lost around, we lost 70 FPS, but this is the most intense area in the game. So, you know, getting 90 FPS in Dogtown is really good, because you're going to get probably 110, you know, something like that outside of Dogtown. We dropped down to 80s now. The 1% lows are not looking amazing. Let me restart the thing again. These guys are just running under the wheels. I just want to get run over, these people. What's going on? Yeah, it does seem to be dropping a little bit, but it's definitely a way better experience than we saw in, you know, in 4K. It's definitely way more playable. But like I said before, oh, Cyberpunk. Did you guys just see that? They keep that in the video. What the fuck just happened? What is going on? What is going on? This game, it does have its moments, I have to say. I just flew across whole Dogtown, basically. What is going on? Forgot what I was even going to say. That just caught me off guard completely. But yeah, we're getting the 1% lows on 40 FPS. It's not really, you know, these cards are not really amazing for ray tracing, so I would recommend, you know, NVIDIA cards, like I said before. NVIDIA cards definitely do a better job, especially with MFG. It just feels amazing, you know, playing with MFG. So if you're planning to play with ray tracing, definitely get that NVIDIA card. But, you know, without ray tracing, I would say these cards are really good value cards. They really are. Unless you want to, you know, still put that ray tracing on and, you know, put that frame generation on. And, you know, you can probably try do that. But, you know, you're still going to get quite low FPS. And it's not going to feel as good as it does on NVIDIA cards. Definitely not. So I just still don't recommend it whatsoever. But you can try it. You know, we are going to try frame generation on in a minute as well to see. Right, guys. So we're still in 1440p. FSR on quality. We have frame generation on. We also have ray tracing on. No path tracing. And we're on ultra settings. It's one settings off like it was before because it just eats so much FPS. I think with ray tracing, it doesn't even turn on probably, but I still have it off just in case. And we're getting like 130, 140 FPS. That's actually really nice, you know, like 4040p, you can definitely enjoy yourself with, you know, even ray tracing on, which is quite surprising. You do need frame generation, of course, but to be honest, even with the NVIDIA cards, you do need frame generation, so none of these cards are really that good, you know, to be able to put ray tracing on with no frame gen, so. Other than that, though, it does seem really nice, and it does look really nice as well. Like, wow. I did put the sharpening up a little bit on FSR. I didn't realize it was on 0, basically, so put it to like 0.50, I think it is. So yeah, I think it did make it look a bit like sharper, so yeah, it does help quite a bit. It does look really nice. And guys, that's all you need really. 4040p, you know, ray tracing, everything, all the bells and whistles, and everything just looks fantastic. It really does. We're using 12 gigabytes of VRAM. It's quite a lot, to be fair. It really is, especially it's only 4040p as well. So I don't think I'm gonna do a full, not 4K, just 1080p test, because I don't think there's a need with this card. I am gonna do a 9060 XT 16 gigabyte, and I probably am gonna test all the resolutions with that card. Just with this one, I'm probably not gonna test 1080p because I don't feel the need. If we're already getting 150, you know, we are using frame generation, of course, but still, we are getting 150 FPS. I think I'm going to end the video here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please drop a like, drop a comment, and drop a sub as well. It really does help the channel out. And see you guys in the next ones. Thank you for watching.